All right, warriors, welcome back. Let's do a breathing exercise, 5 seconds, 5 Mississippis. We're gonna breathe in deep, hold it, and then release together. While we're doing that, we're just needing to clear some space, clear our mind, make room. Oh, and whip your Bibles out. I'm gonna share something with you there toward the end that's gonna kind of bring it all into a full circle, all right? But what I want you to know is you have a spirit in you. It's a spirit of you're not a quitter, you're an explorer. You engage with your intuition and your gut. What you've learned to do, though, is only engage it outside the premise of your relationship. You let it subside. You allow manipulation to question or second guess that same intuition that has made you a success since before your connection with a narcissist. You allowed yourself to suppress that part so that it's not applied into your relationship. The same dynamic principles you've been applying in your public life. You see, you gray rock all the time. In fact, let me blow your mind. You don't tolerate an iota of bullshit from total strangers that you've been tolerating from narcissists in your life. They made you feel guilty, feel sorry for them with the uh-ohs, the I didn't mean it, to give me another chance. Don't we all deserve another chance? How about this one? Blood guilt. Blood right. Because we carry the same damn name. Made you believe that you were hooked at the hip to be everyone's punching bag. Oh shit, no, not today, Satan. Warriors, I'm gonna wake your asses up. Time to snap and realize you've been carrying this monkey on your back for a long time, and it was never your load to carry. 5 seconds, let's do this breathing exercise. And look, let's not get off on the wrong foot. Go ahead and subscriptions. Hit the subscriptions button. It's down there somewhere. Hit the subscriptions and the thumbs up. There you go. Let's not try to hide the precious. We got to share the precious. It's the message, that is. Warriors, 5 seconds. Let's provide ourselves a loop interrupter. Come in eyes wide open, hearts ready to receive, leaving the critic behind. Let's take a badass walk. Come on, 5 seconds. Release slowly. All right. Shake that shit off, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Place is not to ever consider a connection. And if you do this and apply it properly, it will trigger you to an understanding that someone's trying to weasel into your life at the wrong damn time. And that is at funerals, hospital visits, and work. Warriors, predators find the most opportune time to hit you up and come into your life when your mind isn't in the right place. And it's why it's so easy for them to come in and make it almost look like it was your idea. They were just there to help. It's kind of like that movie, Wedding Crashers. They play at all the events. Warriors, narcissists suffer from one-upitis. They gotta one-up you. They always gotta be the first one. And it's why they're always in hyper-alert mode, hyper-vigilant. Have you ever said something and it sets them off into motion and you just kind of dismissed it a little, but then you realize, whoa, what the hell? Well, they were on their way to go punish you. If you have a narcissist that hasn't had a job in a while and you're pushing them to go and get a job to do for themselves, they're making you believe they're going to look for a job. What's pissing them off when they come back, it's not because they didn't find a job, it's because they didn't go looking for one. But what they failed at is, are you listening? Look at me. What they failed to do is convince the next monkey jump to move in, to close a deal, to wrap it up so they could punish you, so they could show you, tell me go look for a job. As if your kind are available everywhere. You see, narcissists operate in this manner. They can swipe right or swipe left. You're just the next in line. Now look, suffering and pain, trauma, grows a person. If you're in a proper, mature mindset, you learn from every connection. You take pieces, parts from every connection. But what balance allows you to do is not come on as full-on charge, beast mode, with conviction in every connection. Everything triggers you. You become insufferable. When you learn from the trauma, that's where maturity and wisdom comes in. You apply what's good, what you observe that's great becomes a lifestyle. Little by little, you're shedding the old you. This is why your circles change. This is why your associations become smaller. And it's also why it's so important to protect your circle. Never introduce garbage into your circle. This is the only way narcissists have been able to get into others' lives. They had you make the introduction. Or someone in your circle introduced you. Trauma and suffering allows you to open your eyes into this awareness to understand what it is you're now protecting and how valuable that is. It's why narcissists don't do well with failure. You see, for you, failure is a lesson learned. For narcissists, it's an ego death. And so they don't have and lack humility in understanding that through trauma, there's growth. You learn how not to do it again, or you learn how not to pick, and you fix your weaknesses. You don't run from them. You admit them. And that, therefore, the truth of even your fucked upness, people can laugh together with you. They go, yeah, I can't believe I did that. But it becomes a great story. It can no longer be used against you. Can't be extorted. You can't be blackmailed. You wear it as a scar, as a warrior wears a scar. It reminds you of a battle, a war won, and how you learned. Because in the field of battle, almost, sometimes you don't walk away from. Warriors, the scripture I'm going to share with you is Exodus chapter 23, verse 1 through 9. Nothing new, nothing new. I'm not preaching to the choir. I want you to read it thoroughly and understand something. You can't unknow what you already know. All this does is let you know thousands of years ago, this was common knowledge also. And a whole nother world, a dimension in history lost, but chronicled in written form, so that you understand humanity in its entire existence has always had to deal with toxicity and therefore lay down law and awareness so that we can hold them accountable. But it's a two-edged sword. Some of you have bounced as dark empaths from one to the other. What this does is validate what you need to know so you can stay in your lane from now on. So that you can understand your soul is priceless. When you had enough, you'll make a choice. Don't stay stuck in the bullshittery of gender wars, the split between men and women. Don't allow the world to dilute what you already know. See, it was your picker that was fucked up. Narcissists want to keep you split. If you go lone wolf, fantastic. You must first love to be alone first. And for those of you that want to partner up, you first had to go through what not to pick so as not to follow those footsteps again. Can I get a what? Exodus chapter 23, verse 1 through 9. The Spirit of the living God, whomever that is that you bow down to and give thanks to, the one that gives you that moral compass to be the person that you are, has always lived in you. It's why you have those intuitive discussions of right and wrong and recourse, as well as consequence. And you replay it and replay it and replay it. The more you replay it, it's because it's that important to you. The more important to you, the more you rehearse it. This conversation you've been having, I want you to understand. It's that conversation that narcissists don't have. You had to first understand the dark side of humanity in order to appreciate the light side that you've been engaging battles with without knowing. You've been living in the book of life to survive, in confusion, and now you have been provided the book of darkness, death, and in this awareness, now you know that living in the light is the book of life. To be stricken from the book of life is to never be made aware of what it is you now know. Narcissists don't have the book of life. The spirit does not reside in that house. Warriors, you're badasses. Numero uno. Never surrender. This awareness isn't for the faint of heart, not for the weaks. It's for the warriors. The rest of the fucking world's going to try to keep you in victimhood. Even coaches, even a bunch of these therapists, because it's a business model. Don't second guess your intuition. You know what you need. You went through what you went through so that you can pick better. Even those you seek out for counsel. coaching, or therapy. There are those who've been through the same walk you have been through. You know the right questions to ask. You know what to see, what to observe. And you know who's been through what you've been through. You want to know why? Ego doesn't exist in that conversation. It's delicious. You almost want to come in for the hug. Warriors, you're awesome. Thanks for your support. Thanks for this badass walk on the beach. Enjoy your day. You got an advantage. You see dead people. And in your world now, it's easier to make them irrelevant. So if anyone ever makes a phone call or sends you a text or email saying so-and-so passed, you already wept when you were burying the living dead. And that's the hardest thing to do for a warrior, to those closest to you. And the reason why is because now you can walk away from anyone. They either got it right or they don't. Not your loss. And the only narcissists that know this to be true are those that have been in past connections with your solid ass. Get out there and own it. Teach. Work hard. But love harder. It's never goodbye, warriors. Always until next time. Les mando besos y abrazos. Bendiciones. Namaste.